Well, part of the challenge that assisted living has had over the years is they have this very diverse population. You know, we like to categorize them as the walking well, the walking not so well, and the not so well, the not well. And so the question is, how do you create a program that serves the needs of each one of those individuals? They all have pharmaceutical needs. Sometimes they want to go to Walgreens or they want to go to another retail provider, and that's okay, but they still need to have some fabric. The operator needs to have some fabric that wraps around all these potential issues that could surface around their pharmaceutical care. So what we've done with ValueMed is we have a program that actually appeals and provides value each one of those segments within the assisted living facility, and that we believe is going to improve the continuity of care within that facility because they're moving progressively faster into the walking not so well category. So that's the product design, that's the features. One of the other things we've done is we've wrapped in the caregiver, and this is the only product in the market that really focuses on the caregiver. And what we know is that the caregiver is an important component of the day-to-day activities that the administrators in these senior living facilities provide. And if we can take some of the burden of, I don't want to say negatively dealing with the caregiver, but providing information to that caregiver in an automated fashion. We have a My ValueMed internet site for them. It provides them all the information on the caregiver, to the caregiver on the pharmaceutical information that applies to their loved one in the facility. So that's the big picture of ValueMed. I think there's three big ones, and reimbursement I think tops the list. We've seen that as managed care has come into the market, the reimbursement has declined maybe 20% on average. We also see census declining, and we just saw Mark's analysis of it, Mark at ACA's analysis, and anytime you reduce the length of stay and you don't increase the volume, you're going to have a reduction in census, and we've seen census drop from high 80s to low 80s. And the question is that going to bottom out or not? But nevertheless, that's a huge issue. Ties into the reimbursement. It's a double whammy when you have reimbursement cuts, and then on top of that you have census cuts. We've seen that there's been a lot of economic strife in the industry. The other thing is couple that with labor increases. Cost of labor is increasing because there's shortages, and so I think those are the big three: is reimbursement, census, and labor. Well, ValueMed's clearly, our major product thrust into the assisted living and senior living market right now, and I talked about that. But we're also working very hard in trying to get traction in this coordination of care, discharge planning, transitions of care, and we think that's an important component, as the industry starts recovering and there's going to be more transactional activity. We want to be providing a very large resource in transitions of care coming in on admission as well as discharge. So we're working in those two areas with interoperability with regards to getting information before the patient arrives at the facility, and then discharging medications and making sure they have the medications they can take home, making sure they have a physician's office visit scheduled, and making sure that information is available to our facilities so that if there is a problem, they can deal with it.
Great.
So those are the big things we're doing right now.
Excellent.